everyone. It's Swati here. I am the co-founder of cashkaro.com. When it comes to women empowerment, I think of it in three ways. I don't think there is one magic wand for something like this. So number one, I think that more women need to get educated, more girls need to get educated. So more girls go to school, more girls go to college, more get jobs, more make it into that boardroom. Education is just so important. I mean, when I look at my own case, I grew up in a small town called Ambala. I got a scholarship to study in Singapore for my A levels, a scholarship to the London School of Economics, and that's what helped me make it to Goldman Sachs London. I had never thought I would. So education was my ticket to success, and I know that it can be the same for many other women out there. Number two, I think that women need to be more ambitious. Don't be afraid to be more ambitious. Many of us are, but we don't express it. We are afraid to. And I think women should be okay to ask more of themselves. Number three, it's the society, it's our parents, it's our in-laws, everybody coming together to actually make the woman understand, realize, support that her career is just as important. I've seen parents who say to their daughters that, oh, why are you studying so hard? Your career doesn't matter anyway. You're just gonna get married anyway. Don't say that. This has to stop. Because when parents bring up their daughters, with this narrative that your career is not even important, that's what she's gonna grow up with, right? And you don't want that. So I think that change has to really come about. And then after the daughter gets married, it's the support from the husband, from the in-laws, that actually helps her move forward in her career because she feels loved and supportive at home. Like if you go back and people make you realize that, oh, you are guilty, you're not spending time with your kid, you're not a good mother, that guilt is really hard to live with. And I know I've been really lucky with having an amazing husband and amazing in-laws, so I can only emphasize how important this point is. So that is about women empowerment. I would say the number one thing is to remember that the most important person in your life is you yourself, and you need to make time for yourself. I know you've heard this many times, but I think a practical way of doing it is to have a routine where you can set aside some time, ideally in the morning. Like in my case, 6:30 to 7:30 a.m. is my time. I do my yoga, I do my meditation. It sets me up so well for the day, and I think that's what every woman needs. Some time for yourself, so that you can develop a little bit of a spiritual practice which actually gives you strength. This practice can be a 10-minute thing, or it can be an hour, whatever works best for you. But I think you need that time to kind of keep building on the strength that you need every day. Now, if you are actually working from home during COVID times, I can share sort of 5 tips with you which can help you manage work and family when you're at home. Maybe this is really basic, but this is what I practice and it's sort of working for me. Number one is to actually have a designated work area. Now, if I'm sort of working in the dining table area and people are passing by, it's really hard for them to not talk to me, and it's hard for me to not comment on what I see around me. But I think going away into a room or fixing a certain area means I am working. That kind of gives a signal to the rest of the family as well that this is the time when you don't want to be disturbed. And it's okay to have those times. Just because a woman, it doesn't mean that if you're home, everybody can come to you for every small thing just because you're home. Because now we all are working from home. I mean, we've been working from home at Cashkaro for about 6 months now. And I think why we've been able to make it efficient is because people have found ways to make this balance, to strike this balance. So even when I was in Ambala with my parents and my little nephew Rio, he would realize, a 2-year-old would realize that the minute I go into this room means I'm inaccessible. So I think that physical space, designating that is just really important. Number 2, I think it's important to have a schedule, and your family should know that. So my family knows that during the day I am not reachable, but 1:30 to 2 o'clock I will emerge from wherever I am working, and I will be accessible during that time. So they know that, okay, we can actually spend time together, we can have lunch together, and when people know what time to find you, they will not try to find you all the time. So that has really helped me. Number 3, something I did at the start of work from home is to explain to all the house help that I am working from home and you cannot disturb me when I'm on calls. So don't come for every small thing. So I think that categorically putting it out there has definitely helped, because if they see you around, people want to sort of come to you. Number 4, if you are in charge of sort of meals at home or food at home, it helps to plan for the entire week. So plan for the week what is going to get made every day, so that you can arrange for the ingredients. And when you are on calls and you're busy at home, you don't want to be worrying about, oh, something is finished and what do I do. So practically speaking, having that schedule has really helped me. Number 5, something I do every day is to make a list of things that need to get done, and the next most important thing is to prioritize from that list. And that's it. Just have to go follow it after that. Just stick to that list. So that list keep me sane. If you are somebody who's actually looking for a job right now, and you don't have the work from home high quality problem, so to speak, well, you know what, the job market is actually opening up right now. So it makes sense to go out and try to find something that suits your interest. Companies are hiring. I mean, at Cashguru, we have gone from a 100-member team in January to 150-member team now in August. So we have expanded quite a bit, and we never thought that we will do it during lockdown. And it has its own challenges in terms of integration, culture, but we found those solutions, and I'm sure you will find something that works for you as well. And otherwise, the gig economy, the freelancers, projects, it's happening more now than ever. So please go out and have a look, find something that you like. And in the end, I would just say that remember that you are stronger than you know. I am sure of that. I'm sure of that for every woman out there. So I think you should continue believing in yourself, and you should continue believing that the universe has your back, because it really does.